Let's talk about levels and curves on your image. So, you might open up a photograph in Photoshop and you might look at it and think, well, it's an okay photograph, but it's a little bit dark. Or maybe you're not sure, you think it's fine. One of the things that you have to start to get used to every single time you open an image is to check its levels and curves. Now you might have noticed I went ahead and automatically duplicated my background because we always want to have that background layer protected. Now the old way used to involve coming up here to the top, but we are going to use the adjustments panel right over here because it adds a mask, and as you know that means nothing is being actually done to the pixels over here in the layers palette. So first let's take a look at this, both of them are located on the top row. Let's take a look at levels. The levels and the properties we see there are basically referring to the lights and darks in the picture. And a good levels histogram, which is what this curve and the lines here represent, is going to go, the dark parts are going to touch the end right here, and the light parts, which is represented by this little triangle, should touch the end of the curve in the picture right here. And you can see that this one does not. So to fix this, you would take this little guy and slide him right up here. Now look at the miracle that's happening. All of a sudden more of this picture is revealed. This one slid right along with it. You see that? So as you do that, you should see that this one moves. And this one is like a middle value that controls basically the contrast. So as we move this back and forth, it's creating a nice contrast there. And remember what I showed you in a previous screencast? You can click on the arrow here and you can see the difference. All kinds of things are being revealed that were not revealed before by adjusting the levels. Okay, so let's close that one and turn it off for now. Go back to our picture and let's go to curves. Now the curves gives us, you might recognize this shape, quite a similar look at the values in this image. And as you grab this and pull this S curve around, you can also control the lights and darks in the image. Okay, so you're basically looking to make an S curve with your line, and this might take a little practice. Like you can see, you could get really wild. You don't want to do that. That is not what we're going for here. So you can add points to it, you can adjust it. If you screw it up, you can say start over. You can also click on this finger here that allows you to slide and pick up points within it. This is, according to what I've read, the best way to go about adjusting an image. But if you're having trouble because you're not getting the knack of it, you can start with the levels adjustment excuse me, and play around with that until you get better. But the bottom line is, now that you're getting good at things like adjusting size, you are going to need to also get better at adjusting levels, because the contrast in images and photographs is something that you really need to address. Okay, so look at the difference between here's with nothing, here's with a levels adjustment, and with curves. You really get a lot more definition from your images. All right, great.